Start with the eyes closed, and then we'll open the eyes to get both of those in there. So take a moment to close your eyes and begin to drop into your experience. Slowing down the breath. I invite you to bring one hand to the heart to feel the heartbeat. So we're unifying the feminine, the heartbeat, the gross, with the masculine, the warrior, the breath, the external. Now as you slow down, just noticing what is arising first in the mind. What is arising in the mind? And whatever is arising in the mind, whatever thought is coming up, is simply the next one in line to be loved. Every thought, every experience, every moment of your life is simply an alarm clock to remind you to come back to loving yourself. All that the ego is an overstimulated nervous system. And so when we slow down and when we greet each thought, experience, emotion, and moment of our life with love, it immediately calms the nervous system and the ego dissolves. We come out of the sympathetic nervous system of fight or flight into the rest and digest mode of the parasympathetic nervous system when we just slow down. So whatever is arising in the mind is the next one in line to be loved. Moving now into the heart, what emotions are arising? Whether it's love or sweetness, gratitude, or perhaps it's frustration or impatience, sadness, worry, fear, anger, whatever is arising, greet it with your loving gaze. Instead of shutting down to the experience, open to it. Whatever it is, slow down to greet it. Let the nervous system know that there's nothing to fight right now. There's no saber-toothed tiger behind you. The emotion that you're feeling is not bad or good. It is simply an experience inside of your being at this moment. And then next, moving into the body, notice what is arising in your physicality right now. What are the sensations on the skin? Or the sounds that you're hearing? That's one of the quickest ways to calm the nervous system, is to really get present as to what your senses are experiencing. They call it the somatic nervous system. What do you hear? What do you smell? Feel down into the bones, feeling the densest part of ourselves, grounding our consciousness, our awareness, deep, deep into our being, into this physical body, this temple for our consciousness. Coming back into the heartbeat. Next we move to the spirit. So imagining your spirit, your higher self, seated in the heart of Creator right now, fully enlightened, fully immersed in divine love, whatever name that is for you. Completely one, seated in the halls of the Akashic Records, experiencing all lifetimes, all moments of your life simultaneously. At every moment, the Creator and your higher self, your soul, is falling deeper and deeper in love with who you are, regardless of your experience, your thoughts, your actions, your emotions. You are exactly as you should be. So imagine like a beam of light or a spiral of light extending from your higher self in the heart of the Creator, through all dimensions, through all universes, all heavens, down all the way into this room, down through the top of your head, washing over your third eye, your throat, your heart, your navel, down into the root chakra and the sex chakra, at the genitals and the base of the spine. So feeling every aspect of your being illuminated with this divine love, into the body, into the mind, into the heart. So as you inhale, receiving that love and light into the mind, into the thoughts. As you exhale, permeating it into all of the thoughts in the past, present, and future. The inhale, receiving that divine love straight from the heart of the Creator into the heart, into the emotions, all the emotions in the past, present, and future, receiving this divine love right now. And into the physical body, every cell of the body, receiving the love of the divine, echoing through every moment, past, present, and future, through your DNA. Returning our life force to us. 888,888 times brighter, lighter, and easier. Calling on our fifth dimensional self to be anchored into our awareness, into this body. Our sixth dimensional self, anchored into our experience, to be fully expressed and embodied. Our seventh dimensional self, received straight from the heart of the Creator, anchored into our experience, our body, mind, emotions, and spirit. Our eighth dimensional self, fully anchored, expressed, and felt, past, present, and future. Our ninth dimensional self, fully anchored into the body, fully anchored into our experience, to be fully expressed and felt. And finally, our 10th dimensional self, straight from the heart of the Creator, illuminating body, mind, emotions, heart, spirit, even ego, throughout all universes, all timelines, all dimensions. Deep breath in, hold it for a moment. And sigh it out. Audible sigh. Let the nervous system know that it's okay to relax. One more time. Tongue to the roof of the mouth. Look towards the third eye. Inhale. Hold it. Beautiful. Slowly taking 2 to 3 slow breaths to open your eyes. Still staying in that expanded state. All aspects of the self fully integrated. We don't want today's practice to just go away the moment that you leave this room. This is not esoteric work. We are integrating all of these different energies and all aspects of the self into the physical body, into your reality, and into your experience. Just noticing what is alive in you right now. What is the next one in line to be loved as you slowly come back into the room? Which part of you is calling out to be received? Gently leaning back, we'll bring the feet together, the knees wide. Try to soften the tops of the eyelids. Take a moment to exalt the heart, pull the heart forward, relax the shoulders, smile a little bit, let go of some of the seriousness. Feeling this divine union, your reconnection to the self as something that is joyous. We're not in surgery. We're not in the emergency room. We're not at the DMV getting our picture taken. It's okay to smile. We're in a yoga class. As you exhale, just release the shoulders a little bit, releasing some of the tension. As we go through class today, I encourage you to find balance with the healer energy versus being all warrior and going to your edge all the time. Back off 30 to 40%. Because you do all day long. Now it's time to be. Beautiful. We'll find an earth mudra coming the pinky to the thumb, the ring finger to the thumb. We'll step the feet a little further forward, coming into a diamond shape. And then we'll place one arm underneath of the leg and then the other for Astrasana, star pose. As you round down, exhaling through the mouth. Letting go of what is no longer serving you. Imagine each vertebrae of the spine plugging now like roots into the earth, roots of light spiraling down through the floor, down through the soil, down through the underground rivers, the sacred aquifer of Manitou, sending your roots even lower through the bedrock, through the magma, all the way to the heart of the earth now. Feeling your bones, your physicality fully connected to nature. You are not separate from nature. You are nature. You are billions of years of evolution that have led to your breath, your heartbeat in this moment, in this body. If you were to unspiral your DNA, it would go from the sun to Pluto. So in this moment, feeling into your DNA, extending through the gateway of life, all the way back through all of your ancestors, every lifetime that was felt by a human being, all the way back even further to when we were animals and apes, even further back, all the way back to the inception of life on this planet. You are connected to all of it through your DNA like an antenna. Feeling this physical body as the perfect representation of billions of lifetimes that came before you, from single-celled beings all the way up to you with this breath, this mind, this heart, this consciousness. Every moment of your existence is a sacred medicine, and you are deserving of more love, not less. You are carrying the karma, the struggle, and the trauma of millions upon millions of generations. So give yourself some credit and a little bit of a break. Give yourself a metaphorical pat on the back for carrying all this shit and choosing not to pass it on to the people around you, to not inflict the same traumas, or at least all of the same traumas, on all the people that have encountered you in your lifetime. Inhale, slowly releasing the left arm from underneath of the left leg. Send the left arm towards the sky, twisting the heart open. Imagine the heart of the Creator sending a beam of light through the left arm into the heart with the inhale. As you exhale, echoing all that energy through the heart, the mind, and through the body, down to the heart of the earth. Spiraling as you inhale, trillions of beams of light from the heart of the Creator into every cell. As you exhale, trillions of beams of light to touch every ancestor that has ever existed. Inhaling trillions of beams of light from the heart of the Creator through the body, and with the exhale, pouring that, giving it away to all beings. Inhale, trillions of spirals this time, one through every cell. Exhale, trillions of spirals down to the heart of the earth to nourish the planet. 2 more just like that. Last one. As you exhale, slowly lowering the left hand back underneath of the left leg. Pausing in the center, feeling the energy-rich environment created in the body. Feeling the energy-rich environment that you've created in the heart and in the mind. All parts of you being nourished by the light of your soul. We are not invoking something that is outside of us. We are remembering what we already are. Divine love in form. Just feel. Even the part of you that is resistant to loving yourself, or the part of you that is irritated, or the part of you that is angry, the part of you that is sad, part of you that is thinking about what you're going to eat after you get out of class today. All of those are simply the next one in line to be loved. As you pause in the center, feeling all that came before, all of the teachers and prophets and wisdom keepers and shamans, all the way back. As you inhale, sending the right arm towards the hot sky this time, twisting the heart open, but reaching the right arm to the front of the room. As you inhale, imagining trillions of ancestors sending their prayers, their blessings to you. As you exhale, sending it back. As you inhale, feeling the heart of the Creator, sending trillions of beams of light through all of your ancestors' hearts and your heart. As you exhale, all of you send that love to each other. Inhale, trillions of beams of light to all of your ancestors and into your heart. Exhale, all your ancestors, send it to each other and send it to you. 3 more just like that. Each of you feeling this sovereign connection to the divine. All of you with your sorrow, your traumas, your triggers, all of them being offered up to the divine. With your next inhale, sending a beam of light, all of your ancestors being delivered to the heart of the Creator. As you exhale, they merge with the heart of the Creator, becoming fully healed, harmonized, balanced. As you exhale, imagine trillions of beams of light as your ancestors come back to the earth in their purified form. As you slowly take the right arm back underneath of the right leg, imagining all of your ancestors completely at peace, all liberated, all healed, all freed. As you pause in the center, feeling all of that energy permeating into the DNA now, releasing all of the traumas and triggers from all lifetimes that came before you. Clearing it out of your energy field, out of your heart, out of your mind, returning it to the source of its origin, to be alchemized into love completely and healed to completion throughout all lifetimes, all timelines, and all dimensions. Deep breath into every cell of the body, side out. Into every cell throughout all time. Into the depths of your DNA now, unwinding any traumas and triggers. And into the very atoms of your existence. One more, into the heart, liberating the heart. And into the mind, liberating the thoughts and the thought patterns. As you inhale, just bask in the radiance of your own being now that you're not carrying trillions of generations of other people's shit. Just feel. How much were you carrying your whole life without even knowing it? As you inhale slowly, take 3 to 4 slow breaths to rise up. Being easy with yourself, allowing the rivers of the blood to return to normal. Inhale, sending the arms up and overhead. There's one person that we haven't forgiven and liberated, and that's ourselves. Taking a moment to just feel what it would feel like if you could forgive yourself for believing all of these old stories, all of these old things as true. Can you forgive yourself? Inhale, receiving trillions of beams of light from the heart of the Creator. Exhale into the heart as you slowly bring the hands down towards the heart. One more deep breath, anchoring all that energy side out. One more into your being. Last one. Not yours to carry. You may be asking why all the sighing. Well, it immediately activates the parasympathetic nervous system. So it relaxes the nervous system. So we come out of the ego and settle into ourselves as body, mind, heart, and spirit, all unified together. Take 2 to 3 slow breaths to open the eyes if they were closed. We'll gently bring the feet forward, staying inside that sacred space. Now feeling just for a moment yourself on this planet, in this body. All of that energy-rich environment you just created using your ancestors and using your own being. This is not something outside of us. It is contained within. When we don't honor our ancestors, we're not honoring our body. We're not honoring the traumas that we've overcome in our life. All are forgiven, all are thanked. Gently bringing the palms face down on the earth. Once again, breathing into the earth, thanking the earth for nourishing us every day from her body, from the moment we came onto this planet. And then she nourished all of the beings that came before us. As you inhale, slowly begin to lift the pelvis up, coming into a forward fold with the knees so deeply bent the chest literally rests on the thighs. Go ahead and shake the head. Yes, I'll be a little nicer to myself. Shake the head. No, I don't need to put so much effort. Yes, I can be nicer to myself. Keep going. Yes. And then no, I don't need to hold on so hard. Then 3 to 4 slow breaths to rise up. Keep the knees bent, the tailbone tucked, the shoulders and the neck are the last to come up, feeling all the vertebrae stacked one on top of the other. Whenever you've come up moving at your own pace, the arms come up and overhead and the hands come down to the heart. Notice if your energy or if there's been any shift in your being from when you walked in the door today. Just noticing. Even if it's what we would categorize as a negative emotion, it is simply the next one in line to be loved. Can you be a parent to your own heart? The heart is just the innocence of the universe masquerading in form. All it knows is how to feel. Can you slow down and parent your own heart the way that an angel would parent you? Not a parent that would judge and shame the child for feeling. Instead, greeting the child with love. Find the temple of the breath as you inhale, receiving love and light. The exhale, offering back gratitude. Feeling this exchange with the divine, with the heart of the Creator. With the inhale, you're receiving love, and with the exhale, you're giving it away. Maybe even give it to yourself a few times. You could even say a few I love yous into the heart. Retraining the subconscious mind into love. Saying I love you to yourself is one of the simplest ways to reprogram the subconscious mind. The more you say I love you to yourself, the more it becomes the natural state that you begin to greet your experiences. When you have sadness or anger or worry or fear, instead of greeting it with judgment, you begin to be able to greet it with love, with openness. So find the temple of the breath. Find that I love you within. Saying I love you to the divine, and then I love you to yourself. Even the part of you that is resistant or feels silly for saying I love you to yourself is simply the next one in line to be loved. Find that childlike wonder again. We'll add some movement as you inhale, receiving love. As you say, I love you, into your heart. And then as you exhale, giving that I love you away, saying I love you to all the beings on the planet as you come down. Inhale, receiving, saying I love you to your heart, receiving that I love you from the divine. As you exhale, offering from the divine I love yous for all the hearts on the planet. Finding your own pace, your own breath as you inhale, rising up, receiving, and with the exhale, giving it away. We'll take it a step further as you inhale. Imagine trillions of angels coming from the heart of the Creator into your cells. As you exhale, trillions of angels through your body to all the beings on the planet. Inhale, trillions of angels from the heart of the Creator. Exhale, giving those trillions of angels to all the beings on the planet. Using yourself as a conduit. We'll take it a step further. Now the angels fully inhabiting and embodied inside of every cell. With the inhale, each of those angels channeling all those beams, trillions of beams of light into your being. With the exhale, all those beams go to past, present, and future. We're working on an interdimensional level. We don't need to be limited by time or by space. We are this conduit of divine love, and so we give this love throughout all time, all moments, all hearts, all beings, liberated and freed, all the abusers and all the victims, all liberated so the cycle ends forever. Notice the pause between the breath. Lengthen the pause. Really feel how it feels to be full of this angelic light. And with the exhale, emptying yourself, giving it all away. Inhale, rising up. Bring the hands down to the heart. Noticing how you feel. What is the next one in line to be loved? Smiling, letting go of some of the seriousness. Take 2 to 3 slow, slow breaths to open the eyes, allowing the light to come to you. What is arising in your being right now? Would you say it is true that every thought that you've ever had has probably been thought by someone in history? If that's true, would you say that every emotion that you've experienced has also been experienced by someone at some point in time? And if that's the case, what is really yours? What if who you are is all the times you experience love and bliss and gratitude, sweetness and truth, and all the moments you experience suffering and frustration, anger, pain, worry, sadness, fear? What if you are giving a clearing to the collective consciousness? Every time you have a thought, you are clearing it from the planet, clearing it from the collective consciousness. Every time you experience an emotion, you are sending love and healing to every being that has felt that way throughout history. You feel the ease that settles into the body. Oh my God, I can take accountability, but I don't need to take so much ownership. Who I am is not what I feel or think. Who I am is the unchanging. Come back to the temple of the breath. Gently step the left leg back. The left toes pointed towards the upper left-hand corner of the mat. Actually, let's step the foot a little further back, turning the left foot to the long edge of the mat. For getting ready for Virabhadrasana too. So instead of looking forward, I invite you to keep the head right over the heart. As you inhale, bring the arms up, spiral the fingers like you're holding the bottoms of tornadoes. As you inhale, receiving from the heart of the Creator. As you exhale down into the earth. Inhale, receiving. Exhale, giving it down. You can even bring the tongue to the roof of the mouth on the inhale. And with the exhale, relax the tongue. So receiving trillions of spirals straight from the heart of the Creator through every cell. Exhale, trillions of spirals down into the earth. Inhale, receiving. Exhale, bend the right knee over the right ankle. The arms come to a T. Inhale, straightening to the right leg. Arms come up, receiving. Exhale, giving it away. Right knee comes over the right ankle. Arms come to T. Trillions of spirals with the inhale. Trillions of spirals with the exhale. Let's go a step further. This time we'll do trillions of spirals into the mind, into the thoughts. Exhale, trillions of spirals down to all of the minds and thoughts of all the beings. Inhale, receiving trillions of beams of light into the thoughts and mind. Exhale to all the other minds in on the planet. Finding your unique flow, your rhythm, receiving into your mind and thoughts, and exhale, giving it away to all the minds and thoughts of past, present, and future. Exhale, coming into the pose. Right knee over the right ankle. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Arm come to a T. Feeling all of that energy permeating every thought, every neuron, all of your consciousness, all of your mind. Receiving the energy and the love of the divine, the love and the energy of yourself. Fully embodied, fully expressed with unconditional compassion. How much can you surrender into the pose, relaxing through the muscles, honoring this experience as deserving more love, not less, even if it's uncomfortable. If you can send yourself love in an uncomfortable yoga pose, hopefully you can take the practice into the world when you're experiencing some discomfort in your life. That's the hope. Exhale, gently bring the top of the right arm to the right leg. Swoop the left arm in front of the face for Utthita Parsvanottanasana. Relax the shoulders, reach towards the front of the room, feeling that long line of energy from the left foot all the way up through the intercostals between the ribs, up through the armpit, and then up through the arm and the left fingers. Smile, gaze down towards the earth. Anchor your awareness, your consciousness into the physicality, allowing all of that energy that you just sent into the mind and into the thoughts, even into the neurons and the brain, to feel fully be embodied and anchored. Exhale, surrendering, spiraling back to the front, pointing both feet to the long side of the mat and then hinging at the hips, coming down in wide angle Utthita. So just gently releasing as you release the shoulders, the head, just surrender for a moment. Let go of the need to change, the need to be different. It's not that we don't take action for growth, but first we commit to self-love and self-care so that when we do take action, that action is centered in the heart. It is centered in worthiness and gratitude and love and truth versus originating from fear or worry or guilt or sadness or pain. We're no longer using those energies, those emotions to be our motivators anymore, to be our energy source. Instead, we're using love as our energy source. So we notice when the nervous system becomes overstimulated, we commit to self-care and self-love practices, and then we go out into the world filled up and ready to enact change, ready to be the embodiment of the energy we are seeking in the world, which is peace, which is love, instead of frantic fear and worry and overstimulation. Walk the hands over to the right leg, straightening through the left leg, and then walk the hands to the left foot, straightening through the opposite foot, straightening through the opposite leg. So going back and forth, straightening here, working through the lymph system. This is a time as we transition from fall into winter that the lymph is doing its best to get rid of the excess heat of the summer, and then of also getting ready to flow a little differently. The lymph does not circulate as readily in the cold. So we want to bring a little extra heat, a little extra fire into the lymph to keep it flowing. We'll take the hands to the front of the mat, pivoting the feet, both feet pointed towards the front of the mat, the left heel off the earth. We'll drop the left knee in the top of the left foot, coming into a runner's lunge. Noticing your alignment. Oftentimes we need to scooch our right leg forward to really get that opening in the hip. Pausing here. Soften. Notice what is arising. As you'll notice, especially in this class, we do deep energetic channeling and healing, and then we come into the physical, because we want it to be integrated into the cells themselves. The body is where all of the triggers and traumas are stored within the cellular memory. So we settle into the body over and over and over again, because we don't spend a lot of time here in the body for most of us. As you inhale, shifting the weight back, coming up onto the fingertips. As you exhale, right knee comes right over the right ankle. Finding your own flow as you inhale, receiving that energy into the physical tissue. As you exhale, offering it away, feeling all of the old energies, triggers, and traumas, all the toxins being released out of your body and into the earth to be alchemized into love completely and healed to completion throughout all lifetimes, timelines, and universes. And so we are free. Deep breath in and deep breath out. One more deep breath. Side out. Last one. My Qigong teacher Godfrey says, if you're sighing, you're not thinking, which is great. It's a very quick way to come out of the thought and settle into the body. You release the jaw, you release the nervous system. Good. We'll go ahead and fold the mat over in half, placing your knee on top or getting a blanket for back there. The knees are the first place to show signs of aging, and none of us are getting any younger. If you've discovered the secret to eternal life, please see me after class. As you inhale, go ahead and spread the fingertips on the left hand, stack the shoulder over the wrist. As you inhale, send the right arm towards the sky. Now, you damn Westerners are always looking up, myself included. So gaze down towards the earth. Ground the awareness into the consciousness, into this physical body. Notice, scan the body. Notice what is arising in the different parts of your body. Try to square the hips so they're on the same plane while twisting at the navel. Soften, soften. How much can you open to the experience, even if it's uncomfortable? Can you greet it with your loving gaze? Can you say, I love you to the part of you that is twisted like a pretzel? Or say, I love you to the part of you that is feeling impatient? Spiraling the right hand like you're holding the bottom of a tornado and slowly grounding that energy from the heart of the Creator, imagining your higher self, your soul, fully anchored into the body as the right hand comes down to the earth. Feeling the soul animating the body. So this is option one. If you want to go a little deeper, you could heel to the left foot out to the edge of the mat. This is option 3 would be to gently walk the hands forward, or option 4 would be to bend at the elbows. But only go 60% of where you could go. When you go to the edge in a stretch, the muscle seize up and you don't receive the benefits. So soften out a little bit. Find that balance between warrior and healer, masculine and feminine, doing and being. You're talking earlier about balancing the left and the right sides of the body. Well, that's also a balancing of the divine feminine and divine masculine. Both parts need to be embodied and expressed. Whether that's, if you like non-binary terms, it would be healer and warrior. So giving yourself time to be a healer, to nourish the self, to nourish those around you, and then taking time to be a warrior, to accomplish and do. Neither are better than the other. It's simply finding balance in how each are embodied and expressed in our own lives. It takes about 60 seconds before the hip even begins to open. So notice if you're clenching anywhere, if you're holding the breath, soften into it a little bit more. Smile, let go of the furrow in your brow. Maybe back out of the pose a little bit more. Deep inhale into the hip. Deep exhale. Deep inhale into the hip. Side out. Release the jaw. One more time. Releasing the story. Beautiful. Slowly and gently rise up. We'll step the left knee back to meet the right. And we'll take the hips around in some easy circles, working the synovial fluid through all of the joint. Move even slower. Soften the tops of the eyelids. Soften your expectation. And gently stepping one leg up and then the other folded over into Uttanasana, forward fold. Once again, release the head, release the base of the skull. This is where the reptilian brain is at the base of the skull. It's in charge of all the basic functions of the body that are happening unconsciously, like breath, digestion, moving, all of that stuff. So when there's tension at the base of the skull, oftentimes we get stuck in the reptilian brain on a very physiological level. Take 3 to 4 slow breaths to rise up, trying to keep the base of the skull soft as the knees stay bent, tailbone tucks, shoulders and the neck are the last to come up. Arms come up overhead and the hands come down to the heart. Scan the 4 intelligences, what is arising in the body, in the mind, in the heart, and in the spirit. So I invite you to try this one more time. If you were to say I love you to yourself for 2 minutes in a yoga class, is that more times that you've heard I love you all day or all week? Maybe more all month or all year? So take the time to love whatever the experience is right now, because it's the part of you that deserves more love, not less. So just repeating into the heart, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. The more playful, the better. Letting go of the seriousness. I love you. 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 Just repeating it into your heart, even the part of you that feels silly for saying it. Say I love you to that place. Or the part of you that doesn't want to love yourself, to that place. The part of you that is judging yourself, say I love you to that place. I love you. I love you. I love you. And if that feels too inauthentic at this moment, you could also try, I'm sorry you're in pain. 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 And then we could even try, you are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy. And saying whatever personal love statement, whatever you need to hear more of as a child, or whatever you need to hear more of today, give yourself the gift of repeating that into your own heart a few times, because you deserve it. One of my new favorite mantras is, you did it all perfectly. You did it all perfectly. You did it all perfectly. Now using the mantra of your choice, as you inhale, receiving that, imagine the divine uttering that affirmation from the divine's lips into your body. As you exhale, every cell of the body says that affirmation to all the other cells. Inhale, receiving that from the divine, that love affirmation to every cell of your body. And as you exhale, the cells saying it to each other, filling your own cup. Feeling that exchange, allowing that to move at your own pace, and allowing that personal love affirmation to ripple and to be embodied and to echo through all of the cells. Trillions and trillions of I love yous, or thank you, or you are worthy, you are enough, you did it all perfectly. God, you're great. Whatever it is, imagining receiving trillions of that affirmation into the cells from the divine, and then giving it to all the other cells, giving it to each other. Notice the pause between the breath. Really embody, pause, and really feel to be full of that love affirmation from the lips of the divine. And with the exhale, feel how it feels, all of your cells nourishing each other. With your next inhale, hold it, tongue to the roof of the mouth. Look towards the third eye. Exhale, that energy settles into every cell as the hands come down and you exhale. Deep breath in, receiving with every cell. One more side out. 2 to 3 slow breaths to bring your awareness back into the room, back into this body. We'll step the right foot back this time, and then pointed the right toes towards the long side of the mat. The left heel is lined up with the arch of the left foot. Stay inside that sacred space. Just because we're wiggling doesn't mean we can't stay in it, right? Hopefully that doesn't knock us out, because there's a lot of challenges in life harder than wiggling. I invite you to bring your head right to the center. Instead of looking forward to the future, be right in the present. Bring the head right over the spine. As you inhale, bring the arms up and overhead, hold like you're holding the bottoms of tornadoes. This time we're going to imagine the heart of the Creator and the heart of the earth, sending trillions of spirals into your heart and to every emotion that you have ever experienced or will experience, past, present, and future. In the inhale, trillions of spirals into the heart and emotion. With the exhale, trillions of spirals to every moment of your life. Receiving and exhaling, giving it away. to all of the yous, past, present, and future, that had those emotions, that had those experiences. Trillions of beams of light, and from the heart of the earth, heart of the Creator. Adding movement as you exhale, left knee comes over the left ankle, arms come to a T. As you inhale, receiving trillions of spirals into your emotions and heart. Exhale, sending all of those trillions of spirals to all of the other people and all those other moments. Liberating and freeing all. All are forgiven, all are thanked. Filling your heart up, inviting it to open, to feel safe. Trillions and trillions of spirals from the heart of the earth and the heart of the Creator, and then exhale to all of the other hearts that you've ever experienced. All the people that experience pain and trauma with you, all inflicting the pain, receiving that energy from the divine, freeing and liberating all. Exhale, settling into it. Pausing, tongue to the roof of the mouth, look towards the third eye. Inhale. Side out. One more. Receiving trillions of beams light in the heart. Last one. Letting go of the stories. And then inviting back all of the wisdom from those moments. Relax, soften, just feel. And we anchor it in with our warrior. Left arm comes to the top of the left leg. Swoop the right arm in front of the face for extended side angle pose. Gaze down towards the earth. Smile. Honoring where you're at in this moment. Offering I love yous, or whatever personal love affirmation feels right for you, to whatever your experience is. Even the part of you that hates this pose is deserving of more love, not less. Even the part of you that hates your yoga teacher for keeping you in this pose this long still deserves more love, not less. I may not deserve more love, not less from you guys for this, but as you exhale, slowly spiraling both hands down to the earth, the right heel comes up off the earth. Walk the left toes forward and drop the right knee and the top of the right foot. I invite you to either fold the mat over in half or place a blanket underneath of your right knee. Try to feel even in your hips, noticing which way you tend. If you're splaying out to the right or to the left, try to find them on the same plane. As you inhale, sending the left arm up to the sky, spreading the fingertips on the right hand, stack the shoulder over the wrist, gaze down towards the earth. Now feeling the fullness of your heart, fully honoring. Imagine the heart of the Creator, sending trillions of beams of light down to your heart, and the earth sending trillions of beams of light up to the heart. Take it a step further. Imagine your heart shooting a giant beam of light straight to the tree of life, straight to existence itself, rippling your intentions, your prayers, your heart with the pulse of the Creator, echoing into all dimensions, all universes, all timelines, all lifetimes. Clearing away all things that are no longer serving us, all emotions that are no longer serving us, clearing them out of our energy field, out of the heart, our hearts, and out of the heart of the collective consciousness. Just returning it to the source of its origin, to be alchemized into love completely and healed to completion throughout all lifetimes, timelines, universes, and dimensions. And so we are free. Deep breath in, side out. Two more. Big loud sigh, let it all go. Not yours to carry. As you exhale, slowly bringing that left hand back down to the earth, this time on the inside of the left leg. Heel to the left foot, to the edge of the mat. This is option 2. Option 3, you could walk the hands a little further forward, or option 4, you could gently bend the elbows. But be kind and compassionate with yourself. As you come into the physical body from these celestial realms, we want to do so with grace and patience. What if it was not your spirit that was experiencing a spiritual journey? What if it was not your mind or your heart experiencing a spiritual journey? What if it was your body? What if all the times that you've experienced pain and suffering were stored inside of the cells? Every time they do a study on disease being caused by stress and trauma, the percentage of disease caused by stress and trauma goes up. So I've heard anywhere between 70 and 80% of disease is caused by stress. How many times have you had a grandiose insight on what changes to make in your life, and you're back to the same patterns or the same addictions within days or months or years? That's because the trauma is stored not in the mind, but in the cells themselves. And so when we begin to this spiritual awakening, when we slowly begin to step into our power and we go back to old patterns, it is not that we are stepping backwards. It is that our body is slowly releasing and healing and blossoming open the trauma of our lives like a flower. You don't have to consciously tell the cut on your hand to heal. And you don't have to consciously tell your being to heal from your traumas. Instead, we calm the nervous system over and over and over and over again. The trauma unwinds and the patterns dissolve. You're going to be that perfect person you want to be someday, but you might as well love yourself until you get there. And one of the easiest ways is just to say, I love you to yourself. Say hello, beautiful, to your organs or to your cells. Or to the part of you that hates the holidays because of your family. The guru at the ashram that I studied yoga at says that the moment you think you're enlightened, go spend a week with your family. And there's truth in it, right? You're going back to your roots. You're going back to the heart of your DNA, where you came from. So all those patterns resurface in the body, and that's okay. It's just recognizing, oh, there's another part of me that deserves more love, not less. We'll say one mantra into the heart. It's simply a question that really doesn't have an answer, but it is more a visceral feeling in the body. Saying into the heart, what if the world only seemed to be fighting with me because of my will to fight? Just ask that question into the heart. What if the world only seems to be fighting with me because of my will to fight? What if the world only seems to be fighting with me because of my will to fight? Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, sigh it out. One more. Whether that question brought up a little bit of gripping or if it felt like a little bit of freedom, either way, it still deserves more love. Gently, slowly begin to come up. Step the left knee back to meet the right. And then moving the hips in a figure 8. Working the synovial fluid through all the corners of the joint. And then bringing the knees as wide as the mat, toes come together, and the hips come to the heels for Bhaktasana, devotional pose. So taking a moment here to just surrender and ground, and just notice what is alive for you right now. What is the next one in line to be loved? When we calm the overstimulated nervous system, we are not banishing the ego. We're not casting it away. We're not throwing Reiki lightning bolts at it. Instead, we are inviting the ego back to the light of the soul, back to be nourished. We say to the ego, "Oh, dear one, thank you for always trying to satiate me all the time and constantly looking for things to satiate me. Sweetheart, let me be the one to satiate you. Let the ego be nourished and satiated by the light of the soul." Imagine the ego, your attachment to your identity, sending out to the heart of the Creator, to the heart of the tree of life, to be completely purified, nourished, healed, and returned like a spirit guide back into your experience, to be an alarm clock to remind you to come back to loving yourself. That is all. A reminder to slow down, to feel the breath, to come back into the body, mind, heart, and spirit. Now, from this place where body, mind, emotion, spirit, and even ego are all unified, taking a moment to hold an intention, hold a prayer. Offering that prayer for the highest love of all beings, not just for yourself or for that person, but for the highest love of all beings, so that benefit ripples out to all. Feeling every cell of your being echoing this prayer, trillions upon trillions of cells repeating that same prayer. With our exhale, we're going to offer it straight to the heart of the Creator as we come all the way onto the belly, extending the arms out in front of us, hands together in prayer for Danda Pranam, full prostration. Resting the forehead on the earth if that's available to you. Imagine all of your cells could send a beam of light like an arrow straight to the heart of the Creator, unifying your prayer with the pulse of creation itself. Imagine your prayer being uttered from the lips of the divine into every reality, every timeline, every dimension, every universe, all rippling through with your prayer, through every atom, every vibration. Anchoring this prayer for the highest love of all beings. And cultivating a deep sense of gratitude, not only thanking the divine and thanking this reality and thanking yourself, but cherishing the divine, cherishing this reality, and cherishing yourself. When you feel ready, playfully rolling onto your back, keeping your senses soft, easy and gentle. Go ahead and hug the knees into the chest, cherishing this body. Some research scientists found the two things that all successful couples do. One is they get excited about whatever their partner is excited about, regardless if it interests them. The second is that they are constantly scanning for things to be grateful for. So if you want a harmonious relationship with yourself, I argue that it would also be the same for you. Be consistently scanning for things to be grateful for about your own being. Always looking for things to be excited about in your evolution. We'll bring the palms face down. We're going to work with the earth a little bit now. So imagining there are more trees on the planet than stars in the Milky Way galaxy. So imagine trillions upon trillions of trees on this planet. Imagine them funneling trillions of beams of light from the divine and from the heart of the earth. With your inhale, receiving trillions of beams from the trees into your cells. Trillions of cells. Exhale, feeling the trees filling up with the energy of the divine and of the earth. And as you inhale, receiving it into your own being, trillions upon trillions of cells. Trillions of trees receiving with the exhale, receiving it into your being with the inhale. Send that energy into your organs and organ systems. Filling up with source energy with the exhale, inhale, they send it into your organs. With your next inhale, bring the knees parallel with the earth, shins parallel with the earth, knees over the hips. As you exhale, spiraling the knees over to the right, all of those trees filling up with that energy, and then the inhale, sending it to all of your organs, wringing your organs out like a sponge. All the old toxins and traumas released from your organ systems and your hormone systems, released from your tissues, return to the source of its origin to be alchemized into love completely and healed to completion. Throughout all lifetimes, all timelines, and all universes. Deep breath into your organs. Side out. One more smile. Not your shit to carry. Beautiful. Inhale, bring the knees up to center. Hug the knees into chest. We'll drop the right leg down to the earth. Interlace the hands above the left knee. We'll pull the left knee towards your right armpit. So the right hand's pulling a little bit more, the left hand's pushing. Keep the shoulders relaxed onto the earth. Don't force it. You should feel it isolating into the hips. So pulling it more towards your left armpit. Your right armpit. So relaxing into it, feeling all of the old stuff that we've stuffed to the pockets of the deep tissues of the hips being released with love. Notice what is arising in your being right now. What is deserving of more love, not less. Slow down the breathing, find the temple of the breath, directing the energy of the divine and of the earth into your hips, into the sacral chakra. Creativity, creation, sex, sensuality, expressing of emotions, all aspects of that second chakra being balanced and harmonized. All addictions released, all unconscious patterns released. Returning to you. You can say, as an invocation, thank you, Father, Mother, God, for anchoring us to the timeline where our soul's highest potential has been fulfilled to completion, that also fulfills the highest will of the Creator. Thank you for reminding us of all of the things that have been resolved to completion. When you speak from the perspective of the soul, like Matt Kahn says, it is outside of time. So it's already happened. The soul is experiencing all moments and all lifetimes simultaneously. The soul has already seen all of these issues and problems and challenges been resolved completely. All of these traumas and triggers been healed completely. So when we speak those deep, deep prayers from the light of the soul, there is no time. There's no need for something to change. It has already been done. And then as you exhale, gently releasing that right leg, we'll switch now, moving to the left leg. Excuse me, to the opposite leg than the one you just did. So that would be the right knee. So interlacing the hands above the right knee, excuse me. Pulling the right knee towards the left armpit. So the right hand's pushing a little bit more, the left hand's pulling. Release the shoulders onto the earth, soften the muscles on the face. And see even if you can isolate that opening into the hip, into the deeper tissues of the hip. How much can you soften? Remembering whatever is arising is an alarm clock to get you to come back to that space of love. Whether that's saying, I love you, or thank you, or you are worthy, you are enough. Maybe it's, I'm sorry, you're in pain. When you say to the shadow, I'm sorry, you're in pain, the shadow hears thank you. It's one of the easiest ways. The other, to honor the shadow and to recognize the shadow still has influence on us. You like to use the example, you may not agree with someone's actions. Maybe there's a particular political figure or celebrity that you don't agree with what they do. But you can agree that they have power over you, they have influence, especially politicians or world leaders. And so you can say to the shadow, you may not agree with how the shadow shows up, but you can say to the shadow, I respect your power. Saying that to the depression or to your anger, I respect your power, is recognizing that it has influence over you. You're not denying a reality. You're recognizing that part of you is a part of you that has been denied love over and over and over again, to the point where that inner child starts to throw a tantrum. And then it has to step up on a soapbox and get a megaphone and start yelling. And you still don't give it love, and neither does anyone else in your life. So then that inner child puts on a scary mask and becomes a demon. It becomes the shadow. It becomes completely unconscious. And so when we slow down and we say to the shadow, I respect your power, or I'm sorry, you're in pain, the shadow feels heard, the shadow feels seen, and no longer needs to make up reasons for you to pay attention to it any longer. It can be released from the subconscious mind as something that is needed to have more effort given to it. One more deep breath into the hip. Exhale through the mouth. Deep breath into the hip. Side out. One more, let it go. Not yours to carry. Beautiful. We'll release the interlock on the legs. Bring the arms out into a T. We'll windshield wiper the legs from side to side. Taking a moment to feel your bones once again on the earth. Feeling yourself as a part of nature. Releasing the feet onto the earth for a moment. Feeling this body as one with the natural world. You never left nature. You are nature. There is no separation. You never left God. You never left the divine. You are already that. It's all one. It's all one wave of energy. Can't be all one and all separate. As you inhale, bring the knees up right above the hips and the shins parallel with the earth. Feeling the earth rising up to meet you, each bone like a tuning fork, receiving all of this energy of the earth, directing it into the organs, the organ systems, and the deeper tissues of the body. As you exhale, send the knees to the opposite side, over to the left this time. Or whatever opposite of what you did last time. And feeling from all of your bones, beams of light traveling into the organs, the organ systems, the liver, the spleen, the gallbladder, kidneys, the large intestine, the small intestine, into the stomach, into the heart, into the lungs, into the hormonal glands, the adrenals, the thyroid, the thymus, the pituitary gland, the pineal gland, the sex organs, every part of you ringing with the energy of the planet, fully nourished, held, received, and revered by the earth. Deep breath in, deep breath out, deep breath into the organs, side out. One more into the organs, let it go. Knees come up to center, hug the knees into the chest. One last time. And then we'll release and surrender all the way onto the earth for Shavasana, relaxation pose. So doing whatever you need to feel really comfy, whether it's putting a blanket under your head or over top of your feet. Take that extra moment to get situated so that your integration can be seamless. That all of this cultivation of love, awareness, truth, and peace can integrate down into the atomic level so that you walk out of this room remembering what you already are, what you have always been, and what you will always be, which is the divine love in form. If you feel a little ungrounded, I invite you to bring the hand to the heart and feel the heartbeat as you drift off into Shavasana. Gently bringing your awareness back to the breath, back into the body. Feeling the essence of your being, divine love, effervescing from your center like a spring. Feeling that divine love welling up into the heart, into your emotion. Feeling that divine love effervescing into the mind, into the thought. Feeling that divine love pouring into the body, washing down the torso and up into the head. Feeling that divine love washing down the arms and legs and out the fingertips and toes. Introducing a little bit of movement back into the body, maybe wiggling the fingers or toes. I invite you to bring the hands together at the third eye to seal in the energy of your practice today. Thanking all of the gurus and teachers and prophets, shamans and wisdom keepers that came before us. All of the ancestors that came to pray and play today. All of our angels and guides. Thanking the divine, whatever name you use. And thanking and honoring yourself for showing up today. And when you feel complete, releasing the mudra. If it would feel good, you could reach the arms up and overhead. Or if you'd like, you could open the mouth nice and wide, like you just had a big yawn, and stretch the muscles in the face. And when you feel ready, hugging the knees into the chest, cradling yourself one more time, finding that attitude of cherishing you in all forms. And when you feel ready, rolling onto one side, pausing there for a couple of breaths. Feeling body, mind, emotion, spirit, ego, and all of your higher dimensional selves anchored in to the body, mind, spirit, all fully here right now in this moment. In recognition of your completeness, take one hand down to the earth and slowly press up. Feeling your radiant beauty and glory shining in all directions. Bring the hands to the heart, if that would feel good. You are the perfect love of the divine, masquerading in form, as I and all beings are the perfect love of the divine, masquerading in form. I honor this perfect love that we are, and we are one. Namaste. Thank you to each one of you for showing up today and being willing to do something a little different and to go deep and be a healing for all of beings. Thank you to my teachers, Matt Kahn and John Godfrey. Yeah. Thank you all so much. And drink lots and lots of water. I always say dehydrated interdimensional beings are not very effective ones. And we channeled it. And grouchy. We channeled a ton of energy, so drink